Hey everyone, how's it going? It is the real Randy Chavez. I'm coming at you today with a VeVe OMI update video. Guys, if you're new, welcome. For not, welcome back. I love you all. Everyone say hello to Dashi. Hello, Dashi. Commenting, liking, subscribing is a free way to help support the channel. Non-free ways are Patreon and smashing that super thanks button down below. Why isn't OMI recovering the rest as everyone else? You have Bitcoin that is at 5% up today on the day. I actually just got a notification that said it was actually at 116. Yeah, Watcher Guru at 116 right now. So it's up about 5.5 on the day. It just hasn't shown up in the CoinGecko or CoinMarketCap yet. ETH had just reclaimed 4,200, up about 12.5% on the day. And then some of the other tokens that I tend to talk about, DEVVE, I think Definity's up 12% on the day. DEVVE's up like 4 a little bit. But then you take a look at OMI and okay, a little bit of recovery there, up 5%. But his other stuff is up double digits, especially if you go and take a look at the top 100. I mean, Ethereum is pretty average, up 13%. You know, BNB is up 17%, XRP is up 10, Solana's up 14, Lido Stake's up 12, Dogecoin's up 15, Cardano's up 14, Wrapped ETH is up 13. So there's, you know, what's been happening with OMI. So I'll tell you this, I do know some whales that are stacking. Obviously, you have some incredibly manipulation from whether it's Coinbase or Binance or Robinhood that wouldn't let people add to their longs. They wouldn't let people add to their leverage trades, so all the longs got wiped out. Like $19 billion worth was lost. Someone made that money. Maybe it was some of the same whales that had been buying for OMI. Maybe they had to sell because they got liquidated elsewhere. I don't know, but I do know that some of them are still buying. One of them is one of mine. Another one or another couple are outside of my network, but I know who they are. Do they know who I am? I don't know. But it seems that the dam in which that is holding OMI back is slowly breaking. And now a lot of that is, you know, just lack of awareness of the project, of the token. But they've had an extra 300 people over the last 3 weeks that have made their first purchase over on VeVe, which is great. They've done a couple of pretty sizable sales coming in from Agoro. You had DCon in Hong Kong. You just had New York Comic Con this week, and that was a commercial success. Everything has been great. What is that going to look like going forward? Because they're not an event until Vegas. I mean, granted, the next event is next month. That's DesignerCon in Vegas. What are they going to do in the meantime? Or these announcements? To me, it seems that these announcements are probably going to come when that NFT narrative hits, and it just hasn't hit yet. I'm still planning to buy a little more OMI this week, but I was hoping it would kind of stay down at, like, I think it hit 0.0019 something a few days ago or during that liquidation event on Friday. Now that it's Sunday night, probably Monday morning by the time you guys are watching this, I just wish it would have stayed down there just for like another 72 hours, and that's it. Then it can moon, then I could buy a little bit. Currently at 275, technically 273 because I spent $1 million OMI on the Agoro stuff. I actually got a tier 3 Vader, which I think is worth a couple $100 now, so might get that $1 million OMI back. And then another $1 million OMI on Phil D. Nice's jacket. It looks like an amazing jacket, and it was $1 million OMI, so I got that. That was great. I should probably get to 285, maybe 290. I mean, if this runs back to like 0004 in the next 24 to 40 hours, I won't. I'll get up to like 280-ish. Because I do want to buy some DEVVE. I do want to buy other stuff as well. But obviously, as money comes in, dollar cost averaging at these levels for me is easy. I have no problem doing that. And again, even at 0004, to me, that's still a bargain compared to where I think it's going to go. I do think 2 to 4 cents. So even at 0004, I think it still could do 100x from there. But obviously, because I've put so much money into OMI already, definitely want to diversify into other stuff. That being said, yeah, I'm still buying down here. How long will I do it for? If it stays down at a good price, I have no problem keeping that up for the next several months. But that does beg the question, and I've been asked this a lot, when do you think that the alt season won't come or the NFT season won't come. In the medical field, I was a veterinarian assistant for the better part of a decade before I joined the military. Unless you have a reaction to like a jab, a VX, like you don't have it. So I know some people will be like, oh, I might have a reaction to this. I'm worried about it. Like, okay, the only way to test that is to give the jab, is to give that that subcutaneous or IM injection, and then if you have a reaction, okay, then you're allergic. But up until you do, then you're considered that you don't have any allergies or you don't have that particular allergy. Up until Bitcoin does like a 70% retrace, which I don't even think is possible now because of the amount of institutions that are in. I don't think 70% is going to happen anymore, or it used to be 80%. Now, again, we've had a couple of 30% drops since then. I think that might be it. Maybe one. I mean, again, if we go up to 200 and then we go back down to 140, again, to have that 30% drop. Yeah, I think that's possible. But to go to, let's say, like 200 and then to have an 80% drop, it's probably a lot. I just don't know if I see that. Anywho, moving on. But when we do have that big drop and it's confirmed, hey, next bear market, then I'll say, okay, there's no alt season, there's no NFT season, there's no meme season. But as of right now, yeah, Bitcoin's kind of been at all-time high. ETH has been there close before, or it has been at one point. It's above 4,200 now. If you see them continuing to go down for the next 2 months, yeah, okay, we can continue to talk. But again, up until that doesn't happen and it's confirmed next bear market, I'm going to act as if the alt season will still happen. Now, when do NFTs actually run? Is it first? Is it last? In the middle? I don't know. It could be first. You could get it in November. Or it could be last and you could get it like Q2 of next year in like 8 months. Maybe depending on how long this bull market lasts. You have VeVe Viral that said like in the next couple weeks alt season will start and then it'll carry on for 3 months. I would really like to get him on the podcast to be like, okay, why do you think that? Very, very curious. You have Crypto Rain that he's in a bunch of other stuff too, but he says that OMI is the safest right now just because we're making a lot of money and people know us, and it's not like, let's say like DeLorean, their DMC token on Sui, it's like a $10 million market cap, give or take. But it has one IP. We're like what, less than 6x that? We have less than a $60 million market cap on OMI. I could check it right now. 62 million right now, because we're up like 5% the last hour. We have hundreds of brands, including Back to the Future, DeLorean. I don't think we should just be 6x that market cap. I think we should be a lot higher. And that's where I think the 2 to 4 cents comes in. And that's my base case. Bear case obviously could be a bit lower. Bull case is, I think, 8 to 10 cents. You have a golden goose scenario where if everything pops off exactly right at the same time, you can even go much higher than that. But a lot of it's just going to be when new people come in. Which again, we've had 300 new people this last 3 weeks, which is great, and the amounts of money they're making is good. We do want to see those active daily users up a bit. We haven't had a day over 1,000 active users in, I think, a couple of weeks. We had multiple days in September, but just not in like the last 2 weeks. And that'll come again, I think, really after this Comic-Con, and they're able to push a little bit more marketing. And some of those 300 people, I think, might have to do with the affiliate marketing program. There is one guy, I forget his name, but he has like 700,000 subscribers over on YouTube. I think like 20,000 over on X. So that's fine. But that's one person. And again, if he's able to make even like, let's say like 10 grand, even make, a little bit of money, and then he goes to some of his other influencer friends, because we all talk, we're like, hey, yeah, this is legit. Go. I tried it. And I don't know if you have these. I've had these people, especially in my younger days. Now it's a little different, but in my younger days, like, hey, you know what? I think I really like this. Like, I'm buying a couple things. You should buy in with me. And like, I'll see what happens with your investment first. So when I'm doing these high risk lending deals, And when you go and you say, hey, I'm giving money to people with like 500 and 600 credit, that sounds horrible. You're probably going to lose. And fair point, it sounds bad. Then you wind up making a lot of money. Hey, can I get in this? I'm making too much money now, putting in all these deals. You had your chance, it's gone. But I'm buying a lot of these Pokemon cards now. Children's cardboard that hasn't been popular in years. Like, well, actually, it's a large, like the biggest IP in the entire world. It's like, yeah, but like that's from like kids, right? Like, are they like, how much you putting into this? Like 6 figures. Like, that's insane. But let me know how it goes. All right, cool. Be really successful there. And again, it took a while, but I bet you, and rhetorical question here, you probably have a couple of people near you that say, like, hey, this sounds like a really good investment. And then people say, all right, let me know how it goes. And then of course, after a certain investment goes up X amount, they want to get in, but that's the wrong time to get in because it had already gone up. So I'm assuming this new guy, the affiliate program, he'll go in and he's talked to people about VeVe, his influencer friends, and they'll say, let me know how it goes. Let me know how it's doing. If you do well with it, then we'll go in. And if he's had, let's say he's responsible for a third of them, and you have an extra 100 people. I was like, okay, well, you get about 10 gems in your account, or $10 for each one. Okay, $1,000 week, not bad. You know what? I'm doing this stuff anyway. I like this stuff. He goes and tells people about it, talks about them. If you get even just a couple of more people, and then that ripple effect can go crazy, because normal people nowadays will know like 1,000 people from their Instagram, their Facebook, their Snapchat, their TikTok, and that's normal young people. So that puts you one person away from 1 million and 2 people away from 1 billion when you do that. And that's not including these influencers that could have, again, that guy has 700K just on his YouTube alone. And how many people follow him or in his circle that have more, the same amount, but I bet you there's a bunch of people that probably have anywhere between 10 and 50,000 followers that follow him. Like, okay, yeah, I might not make as much as him, but if I'm going to be talking or doing this stuff anyway, and I do it, all you need is that little spark. And I think that's what really is going to set us apart from everyone else, is that affiliate program. Eventually, again, the NFT narrative is not here. When it comes, I don't think the affiliates, I'm not going to say they won't matter, but the bull market and that NFT narrative will pump the price, in my opinion, regardless of who's peddling a affiliate marketing program like for 10 gems. Everyone will, because it's free money. Link down below if you haven't done it yet. That's my affiliate program, or my affiliate link. I think that's what happens. Again, when does it happen? It could start happening. It could start happening this month, or it could not happen until Q2 of next year. Maybe later. But that's just kind of my general thesis of why it hasn't started pumping up yet. You have some buyer's exhaustion from the buyers. You have people that have just gotten that just might have gotten liquidated, gotten wrecked elsewhere, as we just saw, and maybe they see like, okay, time for super safe stuff, and they're putting it in BNB and Solana and ETH, and I think that they just don't realize that OMI is super safe, in my opinion, and I think that they'll probably regret. Like, are they going to regret making like a 2x on ETH or like a 4x on Solana? No, like cool, make money, but I think they're going to regret missing out on like a 1 to 200x here, in my opinion. Anyway, guys, that's it for me today. Please comment, like, and subscribe. Comments are good for the YouTube algorithm. Everyone say bye-bye to Dashi. Bye-bye, Dashi. Love you guys. Meow, meow, meow.